guys. Welcome back to Power Rankings, Week 7 edition. Boy, am I excited for these. It was a great week. Just another great week. And some interesting stuff happened. The committee actually they submitted their rankings, right? And then a trade happened. Maybe it changed things, maybe it didn't. Who knows? So let's just dive right into it, right? Number 10. This one I think is going to really kind of knock your socks off. You are not going to believe who's number 10. It's Connor. Huge shocker. No, I mean, it's kind of just a weekly occurrence at this point. It's like Connor's at 10. There's not a whole lot I can say, right? His team is kind of just toast. And he's got to play me this week, so he's probably going to fall to 2-6. Yeah, it's the season's kind of a wash for Connor. 2-time champ, he'll be back, but kind of a wash. Number 9, this one's kind of crazy. It's Liam. It's hard to understand. It's hard to put into words because Liam does have a bunch of good players, right? And he's had plenty of weeks where he's putting up points. He just can't win games. That's the problem. He can score points and he has good players. That's like the two pieces of the pie. The third piece is winning games. Liam hasn't done that in like a month. I think he's lost 4 in a row. So it's like you look through the rankings, it's just slowly but surely he just keeps dropping. And at this point, what do you want me to do? He's 2-5. You're number 9. Sorry. Just is what it is. Number 8, someone who just made a trade recently, the day of these rankings, is Cole. Now, the committee actually likes this trade for Cole more than they liked it for Moss. Now, Cole might be thinking he should be higher. Still, no. I mean, Cole lost last week, and he's actually moving up a spot. Pretty much just because of the trade, right? Now, is Cole's team still kind of meh? Yeah. But I will say, things change. When you get a guy like Bijan, things just change. Ask Dan. He got CMC and his whole season changed. So, Cole's number 8, but he moves up after a loss. Number 7 is Jake. Jake, it's tough, right? Because is Jake's team pretty good? Yeah. And has he been putting up points? Yes, he has. Sort of like Liam, though, it's like you also got to win. And Jake has now lost his 3rd straight game, I believe. And it's tough. I mean, this week he put up 120, lost by 40. Not a whole lot he can do there. But, one thing I've been saying about Jake's team all year is he really ride or dies on those touchdowns, which not a bad strategy, but it's just I swear with Jake's team, it's either his whole team goes off and they all score or none of them do. It's one of the two. This week, a lot of them actually did go off, but like I said, when you're playing somebody who put up 160, what are you going to do? So number 7 is Jake. Number 6 is Carter. Carter, man, just slowly but surely he's climbing his way up the rankings. I mean, it felt like after the first few weeks, Carter was anchored down at number 10. Look at him now. If the season ended today and power rankings were standings, he would be a playoff team. So, you got to just kind of say hats off to Carter. I mean, he's made some moves. He made some horrible moves at the start of the year. His trade with Caleb, terrible. But he has made up for it. I mean, Carter has a functioning squad. He's got some players. He's got some guys. And honestly, if Kittle is good, now Kittle's first game back, he put up 0, so that's not great. But assuming Kittle actually is good, Carter's dangerous. He's got a dangerous team. So Carter's number 6. Number 5, now we're on to the top 5. It's Moss. Now, I can see it. I can see it through the screen right now. Moss is like, his face is getting so red. His fists are getting clenched. He's so angry that he fell all the way to 5. But it just kind of is what it is. Now, part of it is, yeah, obviously he lost. But part of it, too, is he just traded Bijan. Now, apparently this is what the committee thinks of the trade, right? If everything went perfectly for all the players involved in the trade on both sides, if the bright side case, whatever, happens for every player involved in the trade, then Moss won the trade. The problem is Moss gave up Bijan and he took on Nico, who is good on paper, but he's a part of like the worst offense in the league. And Derek, who should be good, assuming Lamar comes back and the Ravens figure it out. But Lamar was also there for like 4 or 5 weeks and they were horrible and Derek sucked. So I think in the committee's view, it's like Moss took on a lot more risk to a team. His team is already super risky. Everybody on Moss's team is either like hurt, has been hurt, or is like in a shitty situation. So it's like, it's just a lot of risk. I mean, Moss is playing a dangerous game, but still 4-3, still a good team. But he falls to 5. I mean, it's kind of the curse of getting up there in rankings when you're not used to it. It happened to Evans earlier in the year, and now it's happening to Moss, where after 1 week of being, Moss was actually at the top. I don't even think Evans was number 1, but he was just up there. But, I mean, hey, Dan strikes again. That's really what it comes down to. I think that was game of the week, too, and I believe I gave the commissioner's guarantee that Dan would win. I don't give those out too often, but they never miss. So, yeah, Moss is number 5. Number 4, hats off to him, it's Dan. I mean, what can you say? I mean, Dan, I was just talking about how Carter looked like he was like, anchored down at the bottom earlier this year and had no hope. Dan arguably had less hope than Carter. And here he is at 4-3, 4-game win streak. Is that the long? No, I think I started the year 5-0. So 1 win away from tying the longest streak this year. But I mean, man, it's just that CMC trade changed everything for Dan, which is why I think the committee kind of likes that trade for Cole, because hey, you get one of those top elite guys, can change your season. So, I mean, Dan, as of right now, though, odds-on favorite for manager of the year. I mean, what he's done, it's really just kind of, outstanding, some would say. Pretty historic stuff. So, yeah, Dan's number 4. Number 3 is Caleb. I think, where was Caleb last week? Caleb stays the same. He got a win. Who'd he play? Cole. What'd Cole put up? 95 points. Just like I say, every freaking week. Cole puts up right at somewhere in the 90s every week. But, Caleb put up 120. Good bounce back, I guess. Or not bounce back, but like he was on a 3-game losing streak before last week. Now he's on a 2-game win streak. Not bad. But what's tough is is Jaden Daniels going to play? Is he hurt? I don't know what the deal is with him. So, and really for Caleb's sake, he should hope that Kyler's out for the year, because McBride is so much better without Kyler. He's so much better with Jacoby Brissett than with Kyler. But yeah, I mean, Caleb, he stays at 3. Now he might be thinking, he was 3 last week. He won. How does he not move up? Especially when Moss dropped. Well, I'll tell you why. Because number 2 is Ben Evans, which obviously means number 1 is me. But let's dig into Ben here. Ben, as I was just kind of talking about with Moss, Evans, I want to say it was around like week 3. Evans had jumped all the way up to number 2. And then he made some terrible decisions and had some horrible performances, and he dropped way down. I think he might have even touched like the 7 spot of power rankings after that. But Evans has found a way to climb back. It's kind of on the back of like the is Ja'Marr back hope with Flacco. Now you want the commissioner's take on that? No, I don't think he's back. I think the Steelers defense sucks, specifically like the secondary. And I think Flacco's good for like, you take like a 10 game sample size with Flacco. He's going to throw out 2 or 3 like actually good games. Then he's going to throw out a couple like okay games, like maybe he throws for a lot of yards but probably has some turnovers or something. And then the rest of them are going to be really bad. I think long term the Bengals just aren't good, right? This year, their line sucks, their defense sucks. And Flacco got benched for Dylan Gabriel. So do I totally believe that Ja'Marr is back? No, but if he is, and Evans has the Ja'Marr and JT combo, that pairing, that could be lethal. That could be lethal. And if Chris Olave gets traded to the Pats, that's definitely lethal. I don't even like Chris Olave that much, but like, if he does get traded to the Pats, if that's like real, that'd be pretty good for Evans. So Evans jumps up to number 2. He put up 160 last week. I mean, that is, I think, the high point total of the year. I know Caleb was like pretty close to that. Was it last week? Or no, maybe it was like way earlier in the year. Caleb. Actually, no. Damn. Caleb put up 165. So I guess Evans is the second highest scorer. But yeah, I mean, 160 out of Evans. Just a great week. And where does that leave? Oh yeah, me at number 1. I was kind of pissed that, the committee put Moss ahead of me last week. Look what happens. Moss is down at 5. Here I am back at 1. I mean, there's not a whole lot I have to say, right? The JSN Puka, there's not a lot I have to say. I will say some. The JSN Puka combo, have we ever seen something like this in fantasy? I don't think we have. I mean, it started off where it was like the first few weeks, it was like, oh my God, Puka he's Cooper Kupp from a couple years ago. He's unstoppable. Then it kind of hit me last night. Do I have 2 of Cooper Kupp from 2021 or whatever year that was, where he was like insane, one of the best fantasy seasons ever? Do I have 2 of those? Because that's what JSN and Puka are doing. They're both putting up those type of numbers, and they're doing it every week. So that's all I really got to say, guys. I mean, watch the hell out from my team because we're kind of pissed off. But yeah, so those are rankings. Matchup of the week. This week, not as many good options kind of as we were hoping for. Or I don't even know what I'm saying. But it's going to come down to Evans and Cole or Dan and Jake. Now, Dan, hottest team in the league. Jake on a 3-game losing streak, desperately needs to get back in the win column. So we kind of like that. Evans, coming off a big-time week, jumped all the way up to 2 in the rankings. Cole just made a trade that might change his season. I think we're gonna go with Evans and Cole matchup of the week. I like what is going on over in the Muntmaster Evans camp, and we're interested to see if Cole changed his season or if he's cooked. So that's your matchup of the week, Cole versus Ben. Um, but yeah, guys, those are rankings. I mean, this was a long one. This is like a 15-minute video. But yeah, they just get longer every week. So, see ya.